Have you ever released 2 albums in 1 year before?
Never.
You're at it, aren't you? You're at it. You're on it.
We normally take 6 years between albums. So.
The whole Oasis thing, right, for next year, 2025, Britpop is going to be back, whether it likes it or not.
Yeah, well, listen, if it gets young kids putting guitars on and getting out and doing gigs again, then it's just absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's what it's all about.
I mean,
well, listen, thank you very much for the support over the years. Anyone who's listening who likes what we do, you know, this record is a kind of love letter to our fans after 30 years. You know,
I can tell that.
We've put so much emotion into it. So we go through the 90s thinking we're the most important thing ever, and then suddenly it stops for a while.
Yeah.
So the second time round, you just don't take anything for granted, appreciate what's coming, and remember it, you know, because we didn't really remember anything from the 90s.
Yeah, that was part of. I mean, I would say this would know, but it was part of our job really to go out there. And it was a crazy old time. It was our 60s.
Yeah.
They were different,
unique.
They were. It was really good fun.
It really was. The bits we can remember exactly. Yeah.
Virgin Radio.
We have some live music, and it doesn't get any better. And it's Friday, and it's TFI Friday, and this band played not only on the show itself, but also as part of our first pilot. We did 2 or 3 pilots for TFI Friday. So maybe without this band getting together, how they did that, when they did that, where they did that, well, it's 30 years ago. We'll talk about it in a bit. But without these guys, TFI Friday may never have been a thing. We'll never know. I think it's definitely part of the story. All right, who am I talking about, Vassos?
They've been giving us a maximum high since they burst onto the scene 30 years ago, and they haven't aged a day. To celebrate their eternal youth, they've got a new album, Liquid Gold, out today, and they're about to go on tour. But first, here with the iconic Going for Gold, please do go ahead, Shed 7!
Shed 7!
Yeah, I could deny. Liquid Gold out today, a posh greatest hits. Yeah, I won't deny.
How good was that? Oh, jeez. I mean, the reason you missed your cues because we got the old camera torches out, didn't we? We couldn't help ourselves. We could, and you don't believe me? Watch it on YouTube because it actually happened. Shed 7. Oh my God, Julie says, Shed 7, saw them, met them at TFI Friday when I was with Chris and the crew as a regular listener. So brilliant. Paul and Finn, please tell the boys that their voices are absolutely on point and that this is probably the best live performance I've heard on the show so far. And we've been in the show forever. And you know how many shows I've listened to. Absolutely. Mandy P in South Sea, loving Shed 7 this morning. It's giving me big TFI vibes. Jesse and Renning, it's so great to hear from Shed 7 this morning. They sound absolutely awesome. Gotta say, the album cover, come on. I don't know who was responsible for that. That is pretty full on, isn't it?
It's by a very my favourite artist, a guy called Pure Evil.
Wow.
We got to do the cover.
Well,
Check
Pure
his
Evil,
work out.
Pure Genius. That is so iconic, isn't it?
Yeah,
You've got to be happy with that one.
Yeah,
it's quite striking.
Okay, wow. Liquid Gold out today. All right, very, very exciting. Second album out this year. Have you ever released 2 albums in 1 year before?
Never.
You're at it, aren't you? You're at it, and you're on it.
We normally take 6 years between albums. So.
And what I mean, the whole Oasis thing, right, for next year, 2025, Britpop is going to be back, whether it likes it or not.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you're gigging now. What do you think about next year? What's the general vibe? What have you heard? What are you feeling? What are you sensing?
Well, listen, if it gets young kids putting guitars on and getting out and doing gigs again, then it's just absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's what it's all about.
I mean, are you ready for a busy year next year? Because everybody's going to catch that wave, aren't they? If they want to, that is.
Yeah, well, this year's so busy for us. I think it's maybe the beginning of next year we'll go a bit quiet, maybe start writing some new songs.
Right.
But we'll hammer the festivals next summer. I think that's our plan.
Yeah. What's that lovely poetic phrase that you know, the high boats on a high tide and all that kind of stuff? What is that about? Do you know that one?
No, can't think of it.
Really good at this. Sorry, that was a bit of a hospital pass, but I just thought it's something you usually say on the show.
Yeah.
In the all tides of good men, things.
I don't think this is one of mine.
Yeah, I guarantee it is. Because I stumbled through it like this once before. Oh, you went, In the lives of all men, there are tides that... No. Okay, sorry. Well, congratulations. Well done.
Thank you.
Absolutely awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. Any tips for negotiation in your new management role? Anybody listening? Because we have lots of people who are starting up new businesses and, you know, anything you've learned?
I think you just got to be prepared to work all hours of the day, really.
Right.
And
your no's got to mean no and your yes has got to mean yes.
I mean, I think it's just I don't think I'll be able to manage anyone else but us, because I
Right.
think it's if you believe in what you're doing and you've got that.
Rick, what have
passion
you
about
learned
it.
along the way?
I've learnt to behave myself.
All right, we should form a club. That was a great answer. How honest was that? Boom. All right. Anything else you'd like to say to people listening? Because there's lots of people listening who love you.
Well, listen, thank you very much for the support over the years. Anyone who's listening who likes what we do, you know, this record is a kind of love letter to our
course
fans
it is. I
after
can
30
tell that.
years. You know,
I can tell that.
we've put so much emotion into it. So we've re-recorded old hits,
Yeah.
but we've done it in such a way where the emotion just seeps out of it. You know.
We got the big thing. We put an orchestra on it as well.
Oh yeah, there's that. Yeah.
Where'd you
Just
get your
that
orchestra?
little thing.
You would have had to book the orchestra because you're now in charge.
I did the
How'd you book
negotiations.
an orchestra?
I negotiated with said orchestra.
Did you?
Yes.
And I just behaved myself.
And can you go for like various sizes of
You
orchestra?
can
and
indeed, yeah. You
can.
can have
What did you
any
go
si- we went for 8-piece, but
8-piece.
yes, but we recorded them twice.
Beautiful.
Plus
Yeah.
becoming
16.
a 16-piece.
2 for the price of one.
Yeah.
Love it. In a way, it's about making amends, isn't it? You know, because we're so great. I'm so grateful for the career that I have had, and the fact somebody still gives me a microphone to jump behind everyone and talk nonsense, spat nonsense. And you think there were times when I wasn't so grateful, and I suppose that's where we are now, isn't it?
Exactly that. So we go through the 90s thinking we're the most important thing ever, and then suddenly it stops for a while.
Yeah.
So the second time round, you just don't take anything for granted, appreciate what's coming, and remember it. You know, because we didn't really remember anything from the 90s.
Yeah, that was part of. I mean, I would say this one, but it was part of our job really to go
Yeah.
out there. And it was a
And
crazy old time. It
misbehave.
was our
Yeah.
60s.
Yeah, it was.
You know,
Yeah,
and
totally.
we were around for the 70s and the 80s, and we've been around for the noughties and the teenies or whatever you want to call them,
Yeah.
and now our version of the Roaring 20s. But the 90s, again, I would say this one, but the 90s were different.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
different.
Unique.
They were. It was really good fun.
It really was. The
I
bits
think-
we can remember. Exactly, yeah.
Pete in Sheffield said Shed 7 best band I've ever seen live. They're always just like the albums. Forget Oasis. They are the sound of the 90s. 23 again, Ian in the Cotswolds. 30 years on, but 23 again. I'm 53 now. My friend Rich Wells and I both went out and bought our weekly CD. Rich bought Definitely Maybe. I bought Change Giver.
Nice. thank you
Boom.
for
Well,
that,
will you be
yeah.
buying Liquid Gold today? That's the question.
Fingers crossed.
How many vinyl copies you had printed?
Not enough.
Yeah, I want it on vinyl.
Well,
Yeah, no,
I got
this-
Snow
this-
Patrol's new album on vinyl last Friday, and I couldn't stop playing it all weekend.
Yeah.
Abigail says, never wanted that to end. I'm crying on the way to work over that one. Shed 7.
In a good way.
Gorgeous, yeah. I presume
nice.
so. Yeah. Unless she's your ex-manager. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you
the
very much
best.
for
All
having
right,
us.
go and see Shed 7 before Christmas, shed7.com. Or we have to go to the news now.